Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to the Cities Skylines Heightmap tutorial. I'm BonBonB and you're very welcome. This tutorial is intended to be a quick introduction to Heightmaps, so if you've never worked with them before, do not be afraid. There won't be anything too complicated here. We won't go into editing the Heightmap or using custom terrain tools such as Wilbur, but I will introduce you to a new improved tool before the end of this video, so please do stick around. This tutorial is for the Windows PC version of the game. If you're using an alternative format such as Linux, you'll have to figure this out for yourself. Console users, I'm sorry, but this won't work for you. So we'll start off by opening a new tab in your browser and type in the address Terrain.party. This is the go-to app for all serious map builders. The page should open as a map view of an obscure looking part of Finland. The blue square in the middle of nowhere is actually the location of the headquarters of Colossal Order, and this little feature is a neat little nod to them. You can scroll in and out of the map in much the same way as you would do in Google Earth. So it's time to start looking around for that ideal map location. How about up here in the Scottish Islands? Now, do you remember that blue square back in Finland? We need that. Let's go and drag it across the North Sea to our preferred location. Notice on the right hand side we can resize this box. If you don't want a one-to-one realistic representation, you can scale the map up and down and get as many features into the build as you like. We'll keep today's map to the standard example size of 18 kilometers. Next, click the cloud to export the Heightmap and click Save File when the dialog box opens. Then head off to your downloads and extract the file to the following address. Now, note that your address might differ from mine, but it'll be something like users, your username, app data, local, Colossal Order, Cities Skylines, add-ons, map editor, Heightmaps. If the Heightmap folder doesn't exist, simply right-click in the map editor folder, select New, then Folder, and name it Heightmaps, which is one word with no spaces. Now that your Heightmaps are extracted, you are good to go. Let's load up Cities Skylines. Now go to Editors and the Map Editor and then create a new map. You get to choose a theme from either the vanilla set or even a custom one from the workshop. Today we'll just use the vanilla temperate and then wait for the new map to load. Once loaded, you'll be faced with a formidable empty square. Let's fix this by loading in our Heightmap using the Import Heightmap button at the bottom of the screen. Here you'll see a list of all of your saved Heightmaps. There are multiple variations of each one. Simply click through them until you find the version that you like the best. And then it is time to start work on fleshing it out with water, trees, props, networks, and to do some basic terrain work as well. But at the start of this video, I promised you a new tool. Let's head back to that browser and open a new tab right next to Terrain.party. This time, type the web address cities.heightmap.space. That's the word space, not an actual space. You'll probably find yourself in San Francisco, but if not, don't worry, you'll soon work it out. So anyway, this new app was created by jberg60, who was frustrated by the limitations of Terrain.party. This app is still in version 1 at the time of recording, so more features might well be added later. But the very first major improvement you'll notice is that the capture square centers to wherever you click on the world map. But this app has far more than that and is generally much more accurate, especially in any part of the world with complete height information in the public database. You'll find a toolbar over on the left. Clicking on the I button will reveal the current latitude and longitude, plus the highest and lowest elevations in your chosen area. In the settings, you can change the preferred sea level, useful if you're building a mountain lake map, the below sea level depth for how deep you want your undersea areas to be, and the height scale. Now this is the most interesting. 100% is a direct representation of the area, lower than 100% will soften a rugged area, and higher numbers will make the hills and backdrops far more dramatic. I'd recommend nothing higher than say 200%, but you can always save a number of different ratios and use the best. Again, it's time to grab the height map. Click on the cloud button and save file. Your file will probably be saved to your download folder, so you'll need to copy this across to the height map folder discussed earlier and rename it something intuitive. Now let's go back into the game, into the map editor, and import Heightmaps. And let's compare the very best map from Terrain.party with the best from Cities.heightmap space. Now those coastlines are much smoother. You will notice that one corner has a spike. This is actually a feature of the software and helps you to instantly identify the northwest corner of the map. Once you know which way up your map should live, you can safely flatten this. Now let's finish the tutorial with a far more dramatic view of our raw height map by choosing the map with the ratio of 200%. Now that's dramatic. Well, thank you very much for watching, for commenting, for liking and for subscribing. Do let me know in the comments exactly what you think of this new software and how you think it will help to improve your game, whether you'll be creating any new maps, and of course if you do, let me know and I'll try and get it reviewed on WaltMap as soon as is possible. That's it from me. I've been BonBonB, you've been very welcome, and I will see you very soon.